Welcome to another episode of Flag to Flag Media Live, your go-to source for racing coverage at every level of the sport. From local short tracks to regional series and the biggest national events, we've got you covered flag to flag. Each week, we break down the latest results, spotlight upcoming races, and bring you the news every fan needs to know. Strap in, because we're about to fire things up. This is Flag to Flag Media Live. Enjoy the show.
All right, we are live. I hope everything is working. I really do, because I had to reset everything up. So give me a thumbs up, yes, no, it's jacked up, whatever. Comments would be very, very helpful right now. I did message Logan earlier, and he said he was going to be watching. So hopefully you can hear us.
Weatherman Logan. Yep. Meteorologist Logan Williams.
Logan said so far so good. So let's roll with it. We'll see what happens. JT is glad. I'm glad to be back. I had some, when we went off the air last time, I had some personal stuff going on in my life. I didn't know if it was going to happen or not. Like, I just pretty much gave up on it, packed everything up, was going to call it quits. All that stuff got lined out. We're good to go. So I had to reset everything up, did some remodeling in here. Hopefully it more looks like a racing studio.
I think it looks a lot better, personally.
Eric Bryant redid my logo, our logo, so we could have a live underneath of it. So, yeah. So
got his check up from his championship.
I got my check up from my champion, which side's it on? Over here. And then I got a Northern All-Stars check that I was left over from the race that was misprinted 2-3 years ago. Yeah, and I got my track photos. Yeah, we're good to go. So tonight, what we're going to do is basically just a winter restart. We're kicking it off. We're going to bullcrap about racing for an hour. We got we've not had a show since the Crown Vic Nationals we had. We've not had a show since then, so we'll talk a little bit about that. We'll talk about your Halloween 200 experience. We've got dome results. We got all kinds of. We got the Thunder Valley Hall of Fame show coming up next week. We're going to preview that a little bit.
Lots of movers and shakers.
You've been off for 2 months, though. Like, are you okay? Like, are you ready to go? Like,
yeah.
Stuff boiled up.
I've been excited to get back going again, and I think our plan is we're going to use this one for kind of a test, and then we'll do the Hall of Fame, and then we're going to take a couple weeks off for the holidays.
We're going to take off for our next show after the Hall of Fame. Will be after the first of the year,
right?
Because we're going to take off for the holidays. I got to unwrap all the gifts that JT bought me, so we got to go through all that, get all that done. And then,
but next weekend you don't want to miss that, or next week. That's the Hall of Fame show.
Yeah, Hall of Fame show. That's going to be a great one.
Yep, got 5 inductees going in.
And I will say that we are very, very fortunate with the people that support us. Like the support that we've had, or I've had. People's contacted me over the last 2 months has just been phenomenal. Like, I didn't realize we've always had fun doing this. It's always been a blast,
right?
But you don't realize how bad people miss it until it's not happening, and then.
Right.
They're like, are you starting it again? When's it going to happen? So I'm very thankful, and I'm very fortunate. We're very fortunate that all but 3 sponsors have committed for 2026 season. So that's phenomenal. So I can't thank them enough. And I'll go over them here in a little bit. Like, technically the sponsors that are on the intro are still the 2025 sponsors, because we did quit early. So I still got to make sure we give them plugs, because it's only fair. Right. So,
and Zach and Peyton just got lives.
Yep.
And me and Matt don't. So
yeah, that's true.
They got little ones running around and stuff, so they'll be in and out of here probably. And then I think we're planning on having some guests, right?
Yes, we're gonna have some guests in 2026. So be ready for that. I think I was doing some research the other day, and I had to figure out, because your guys' payroll is so stout, I had to figure out how to remove Zach, because he's got a little one. He's trying to get his race car done so he can help some other people on their stuff. He's got some job stuff that could be potentially coming up at the first of the year that could affect his schedule.
Yeah, some big changes going on in his life, I'm afraid.
So I had to take him off of full-time payroll and move him to part-time payroll.
Right.
So I had to go through the systems, and I had to talk to HR and corporate, and had to get them all in line with moving him to a part-time.
It's hard to get the president CEO as part-time.
Yes, it is. It's very hard. So anyway, thanks for everybody for tuning in. Logan, appreciate you. We've already discussed the weather over some. He's going to hibernate. I'm hibernating because this weather is just ridiculous.
It's already snowing really hard here.
It's bad. What's going on, Caleb? Bruce, thanks. Sounds good. Appreciate you. What's going on, Matt Weston, Chris Atkins, John Holiday. Hey, guess. Yep. Appreciate you. Studio looks phenomenal, fellas. Like it for sure. Yeah. I was looking back at some of our older videos, and I'm like, so we started in the garage, right? And it looked pretty good. And then I had this studio done. So this is just a standalone studio for the podcast and some racing stuff. But it just looks so bland with just a banner and an American flag. So I had to hype up the American flag and get some more stuff up there and make it look more.
I think it looks really good. And your pictures are even like symmetrical.
Dude,
I'm really surprised with that. Well, since you did it.
I had to tape measure out and everything, and I was measuring, and yeah,
they look really good.
I wanted it to be proportional. So, also thank you guys for talking about the 10,000 Crown Vic special. We need to get these grassroots guys put their day in big time, if not by the Dome, by maybe another venue. Yeah, I mean the Crown Vics, obviously. So just hitting on that a little bit. I stopped by Devin Gilpin's shop on my way home from work today because I actually have a Dome used spoiler side here that I sponsored Devin for the Dome deal, and I walked in Devin's shop, and Donnie was in there, and he goes, Devin said you were going to stop by and get a spoiler side. I said, yeah, and he held up 2 spoiler sides, and I could immediately tell which one was the left side and which one was the right side. The left side was clean, the right side not so much. So I just took the left side because it was cleaner. But anyway, going back to that, what I was going to say was, me and Donnie was actually talking about racing in general and how much we as a show focus so much on the local, regional, and Crown Vic super stocks, pure stocks, local and regional late models, that type of stuff. That's where our heart's at, is it not?
Oh yeah, and you got to support those guys because without them, there is no national stuff.
Right.
You know, I mean, that's it. We're fastly headed towards, what could be the end of local racing if we don't get more people involved.
Correct. 100%.
So
I agree.
We got to try to build this stuff up and save it because racers aren't coming to the racetrack like they used to, but fans definitely aren't coming to the racetrack like they used to. So you've almost got to make it more, and I don't mean to, I'm not saying make it a circus, but you almost have to have some sort of show.
Yes.
And it's hard to get that, so.
Yep. And that genre of racing too, you meet some of the best people you can meet, like in that level of racing, in my opinion.
Right. Yeah. I mean, I'm not trying to jump forward to Thunder Valley thing, but we ran 3 of the smallest classes and had an awesome turnout in the stands and in the pits. And everybody kept telling me, well, you ain't gonna get nobody in the stands with those classes. Like, I bet you I do. And we did.
Right. Absolutely. Made it affordable, put on some great racing, and the rest was history.
Right. Yeah. I'm not trying to jump ahead there.
No. That's fine. It's just part of the conversation.
Right.
Thanks, Bruce. Thunder Valley was a ton of fun. I mean, it was 2 weeks of, I'm just going to say it was 2 weeks of hell trying to get everything in line, everything lined out. But in the end, when we seen everybody pull in the pits, when we seen everybody walk up into the stands, when we seen the racing that was going on the track, yeah, there were some tempers that flirted a little bit, but you know what? It was a phenomenal show for 4 guys that's never even promoted a race in their life, in my opinion.
The way, when people have asked me what I thought, I said the words I use to describe it's overwhelmed.
Yes.
Because we knew we were going to get some cars and we knew it was going to be some hiccups, but it seemed like once we got the ball rolling, it was hiccup after hiccup.
Right.
You know what I mean? And it started right off the bat. I mean, we opened the gate. We had to open the gate early because they were lined 2 wide all the way to the road.
Right.
I couldn't not open it. And I said all week that I wasn't going to do that, but I didn't have nowhere to put anybody.
No choice, yeah.
So we had to open the gate early. And yeah, I want to thank everybody that helped us on that because
I know at the end of the night. So we, like you said, we anticipated, we might have a decent car count and that type of stuff, but we never really dreamed it would turn out to what it turned out to. And I know at the end of the night, me, you, Zach, and TJ all just kind of looked at each other and was like, what was that? Like we were astonished that it turned out to be as big an event as well.
Right. Yeah. And to get, and everybody being so positive and bearing with me, I only got yelled at one time the whole night.
Yeah.
I know that you guys might have got yelled at too. I was in the booth for a lot of it, but everybody understood that we were just trying. And then, the money was there and we could pay out extra. It was great and had a good time. But the people that helped it, and I hate to just start calling them out because I know I'll forget somebody, but a couple that really stood out is Mark Schaefer ran the lineup shoot with perfectly. We didn't have to worry about that all night. Mark had them 2 races lined up behind the race that was on there. So he did great. Kurt Bennett did an amazing job pre-teching. all the race cars that showed, what do we have, 110 race cars?
110, yeah.
Only 2 cars were illegal. I was able to make one of them legal before it hit the racetrack, and one of them knew not to finish very well, or he was not going to get anything. So,
right.
You know,
we made it work.
Our tech was, and we stuck by it. You know, if it, like I said, those 2 weren't legal, and we did everything we were saying. The only thing I didn't get done is I didn't get the rear end cover pulled like I was planning.
Right.
And what stopped that was the rain coming.
Right.
Because that was planned up until the last minute to do that, and then they looked at their phone and it showed it was raining on us, and it wasn't. I was like, well, we got to go. We ain't got time to. So, but
couldn't take that chance.
We hooked to the computer of Jeff Kramer, right? I'm saying that right, Jeffrey.
Yeah,
he's the one that won. I was trying to get the Kramers mixed up. So Jeffrey won. We pulled his tune. We checked his tires. We checked his camber. Made sure he had both sway bars. I mean, everything that we said we was going to check, we checked, except for the rear end.
Right.
So, and what a show he put on, because he started, 8th?
Yeah. So, I thought it was phenomenal racing all night. And
the pure stock race was probably the race of the night,
right?
In my opinion. Just the feature was really, really good. And we almost had a last lap pass, and he just got a little excited.
Yeah.
But as much character as the track had, I didn't think that it was going to race at all. But
no,
them guys found a way, and even though all 3 races were good, I'm not just trying to say the pure stock was the best, but they were all 3 really good, and it was a lot of fun. And thanks everybody for coming and help support that, because it made a difference.
Oh yeah.
You know, I talked to the president of the fair board. It was either the day after or 2 days after, and she was actually there and seen it all, and was really impressed. And and something else I want to compliment too is everybody picked up their trash really well. We picked up a little bit of trash, but it was very, very little.
It was great though.
Everybody was just so supportive on that. They came, they spent their money, they stayed the whole time. There wasn't people leaving early. The food truck brought enough food for 1,000 people, which is what I thought that was double what we would need, and they sold out. So we estimated 1,500, I think, people is what we think came in, and it
was phenomenal.
It was really good. It was a lot of work for very little fun on my end, and I don't have much desire to do it again. But there's things in the works, and we're just kind of waiting. We're in limbo right now, just kind of waiting to see what happens. And as soon as we know something, we're going to have the guy in here that is trying to get something going. So he's done agreed.
And a shout out to Will Greenwell too, because I think he done a phenomenal job with Mike. I mean, there was some dead times in there that I think that if me or you had been around the mic, I think we might have struggled a little bit. But Will's so good at it, he just kept the show flowing through the mic, and and talking. So thanks, Will, for
you guys couldn't see the chaos in the booth, but the scores held their crap together really well, because I was a mess.
Right.
And Matt was holding the race cars, and everybody's being really patient on it. So thank God I had the scores I had. Thank God I had the runners we had. The wrecker guys, holy cow.
Oh yeah, they were all over.
Daryl had to have lost 20 pounds.
Yeah.
The flagman, he did Puckett, Bobby did an awesome job. We had friggin' radio problems with him right off the bat, so we got that going, and
had to put his hood up so he could hear.
Right. Allie kept all the money straight. The girls selling tickets did awesome. I mean, it was just everybody did their job perfect.
Funny story about that. So Allie and my wife, we kind of put them in charge of the money aspect at the end of the show. We're like, okay, we're going to shut down pit gate, and we're going to shut down grandstand, like tickets. Not that you can't come in, but the money wise. So me and Tanner were standing down there in turn 3 and 4, and the pure stock B main's rolling out, and I still haven't heard from my wife yet. So I'm gonna get my phone out, and I'm like, I text her, and I'm like, where are you at? Like, the pure stock B main is on the track. Like, we need the money, like, here as soon as possible. She's like, we're still counting. We never dreamed, the amount of people was going to show up or whatever.
Right.
But I'm like, okay, well, I'm glad to be in that situation, better than I just thought they couldn't count 10 fingers on their hand. You know what I mean? Like I thought they were struggling counting it. But so yeah, to be in that situation, I was like, we'll take our time then. I said, you girls just get back whenever you get back, and we'll pay out whatever we can pay out when you get here. So.
And for the most part, everybody was really patient on that too.
Oh yeah.
Allie didn't get too hard of a time. And she takes it right on the chin. So
yep.
Very thankful for all our help. I know I missed some people, but you guys are what made it happen, and very thankful for all you guys coming and racing or coming and watching, whatever you did. And, every single person there made a difference. And I want to, this is kind of crazy because I'm sure he didn't get much praise, but the fire marshal treated me really well.
Fire marshal was awesome compared to what I thought we were getting into.
Right. Everybody kept telling me that I was going to be in big trouble. And he got there and was the nicest guy.
Yeah, he was very nice.
And looked at his stuff real quick. And
like,
we signed a paper and Matt took a picture, got an email or something, and we were good to go. I mean, so I don't know that we could have went off pre-race without any smoother than that. Even the racetrack looked great before we started.
From the time that he got done doing his walkthrough, which was kind of like his audit, so to speak, I had a permit in my email 10 minutes after he got done.
Yeah,
I mean, it was phenomenal. I was like, this is awesome.
And we didn't call him till the week of because we didn't even know we needed it. And he could have real easily said, well, boys, I don't have enough hours this week, so sorry, you guys can't do it. But he did. He came on a Saturday, came out of his way on a Saturday and worked a Saturday to come make sure we could have ours. So very thankful for him as well as the fair board for letting us put it on. And if it's well, hopefully it's the last race I ever put on. If it's
not what the guy that's wanting to put it on is here. That's not what he wants to hear.
Well, I'll help him, but
okay.
I don't want it to be the last race that I'm like a co-promoter.
I'd
rather just be the help because it's there's a lot more to that than even I thought there was going to be, and to get through the hiccups and figure out, how to get sponsors and advertise it. It worked out really well for us because there wasn't nobody competing against us, but just the track alone, we were scraping it, and there was so much headache involved for that to even go down. So
I will say the guy that was working in turns 1 and 2 in the infield was nowhere near as efficient as the guys working in 3 and 4. I just want to throw that out there.
I know you're not talking about Bud.
No, Bud, not Bud. Bud's excluded. It was that guy on the red four-wheeler
that got stuck on the
Uke tire down turn 3. See, he come all the way down turn 3 and tried to take over from me and Tanner, and then he ends up getting his fooler hung up on the Uke tire.
Right.
The cool part about that was I actually heard the fans in the infield cheering when he got it was the greatest thing ever. I wish I would have had it on video.
That was great, but he took a lot of the heat because the receivers, we were having trouble and the drivers couldn't hear me. So when somebody was listening, I was making Zach be the bad guy. So he was having to go out and stop him. He was
being the bad guy.
But Zach doesn't care what people think. So he just flat does them. So
yeah,
he was the perfect guy for that. And something else that was really cool is I got to see my hero drive my race car in a race. And I know he had bad luck, and he says he was just learning the car at the very end before it broke, but he wasn't. His lap times were not getting any better. I don't know what he's talking about learning the car, but it's just really
sound good though.
It was really cool to see my hero drive my race car and make the show and be part of the show. And I wish Brad would have had some better luck, but he won the heat race in the Crown Vic, in my Crown Vic, and the car owner that owns the Crown Vic that we have was tickled to death. So, and
it was cool to see Ben Harmon there too.
Ben Harmon, I'm telling you, there was some cool guys there in all the classes. Sheldon Oberly came down, who was like the king of Indiana pure stocks.
Yep.
So that was cool. That 2-car, I can't remember his name in the Hornets. That guy's bad fast.
One guy's come up from Kentucky too in their Crown Vic.
Yeah, came up from Kentucky.
They were pretty good guys.
There was Mike Bailey was there. That was cool. Garnett Eldridge was driving a car. That was cool. There was some cool. Bobby Jackson had something happen, so he didn't make it, but there were some really cool names there too. It was just a neat event to have, and hopefully it's not the last. But if it was the last, what a way to go
out with a bang, didn't we?
Yeah, I had people tell me they hadn't seen that many race cars and crowd there for a race since like the late 90s.
Right.
So all positive feedback on Facebook, which was really appreciated because you guys had plenty to gripe about and you chose not to. So I can't thank you guys enough. And that's one of the reasons we picked your guys' classes, because you guys don't talk all the crap on Facebook about racetracks. You might talk crap about each other, but you leave the racetrack out of it.
Exactly.
But you guys don't get treated good enough for what you do, because you bring the cars, you bring the people, you don't talk bad, and you guys are tickled to death with whatever money. I know it was a little more money than normal, but everybody was smiling ear to ear when they got their envelope.
Right.
So your guys' class, if I was to run the track again, I wouldn't change anything on the classes I ran. That was the perfect 3 classes to have. Everybody was easy to get along with. The Sportstrom guys were easy to get along with. The Salem Speedway guys, Brownstown Speedway guys, everybody that came was
the
just
only thing
easy.
I wish we could have done was get the full scrapper.
Yeah, and I do apologize for that.
I mean, it was just the timing, and
if it goes again, I would and I know he doesn't want to do it full time, but I wouldn't mind. I'll sponsor a scrapper race to try to make that right.
Yeah.
And pay
100%.
extra for that.
I would too. I'd help you.
So and those guys were really cool about that. And I know, I'm not saying the guy that won, that we crowned the winner, didn't win. I don't really know. It was dark. I had 5 different leaders, and they all 5 got took all out. And I was like, we got to stop this race. I can't see. I don't know who's leading. Yep. So we just did our best there, and it was everybody took it good. And there was I had 2 guys come up to me after the race and go, I think we might have won or ran second in that scrap race. I just pulled $100 out of my pocket and gave it to him out of my pocket.
Right.
Because I didn't want to jip anybody.
And we really wasn't sure. So,
and it wasn't on purpose. Like I said, we had 5 different leaders, and we knew that we're leaders. And it was just chaos. There was a couple guys and I'm not naming them, but there's a couple guys that weren't even racing.
Right.
They were just destroying, which is, I get it, but
right.
It's a scrapper, but don't go out there and try to kill anybody either. I mean, that guy in the Charger at the flag stand, I thought he was dead.
Oh yeah.
But he just kept giving me a thumbs up saying he was okay. I was like, man, you sure you don't want to just get out and walk around for a second? He's like, no.
That was a hard hit.
Let's go.
Yeah. That was a hard hit. But overall, the Thunder Valley event was a huge success. And thank you to everybody that participated.
It wasn't a huge success because of us. It was a huge success because of
everybody else. Yeah. Let's see.
Got a lot of comments.
Yeah.
Got you up on now.
John, I agree with you. They don't get the shine they deserve. What's going on, Mike? Braxton said I couldn't make the show at Thunder Valley, so I was the show. Zach, what's going on? He said, what's up, JT? Bruce said, filled the stands. Thunder Valley show was phenomenal. Was glad to be a part of it. Y'all exceeded my expectations. We appreciate you, Logan. Rachel Gallagher, and y'all took great care of the drivers. Was a great event. And that was our main focus. You know what I mean? Like taking care. And we said that from day one. Like it has zero to do with us. If we don't make a single dime.
And I'm not going to share the amount, but Allie called me before the features and there was a big amount of money left. And we could have put it in our pocket easy, but we didn't. Every bit of it went back in the envelope. So
thanks, Tony. Appreciate it. The Hornby Main was the most fun I've had all year. It was a good one. What's going on, Okie? Congrats on a great season down there, William.
He won a championship, didn't he?
He did, yeah.
Yeah, congratulations, Okie. I never thought you'd have got that.
Me either. What's going on, Will? What a small crew. Where's Grant? Okay, so Zach and Peyton are doing bad things. Grant, I don't know what he's doing. So he was supposed to come on the show.
Probably on a roof.
And then something about his mom was closing on the house. He had to move an embroidery machine or something. So he was trying to get a mini split hooked up in another building to get something moved. And so he said he couldn't make it. So
I'm sure he'll be here. We'll have to deal with him.
Well, there's Kenny. Kenny said Tanner telling the guys to get the rear was priceless. So I will say this.
That's old school.
Old school. That was the old transponder, or the old receiver days there.
He wanted to do that the whole night.
He did.
That's what he said when he got there is I'm going to do that.
I don't know how many times he said, I'm going to do it. I'm going to do it.
If any of you ever meet Tanner, you guys would not even think we're brothers. We might look alike, but our personalities are so different.
Yes. What's going on, Finley? Glad you could tune in, buddy. Blake said I was just glad to be back at old home turf. Absolutely. Ryan Woods, #1 Vic driver. Randy said Greg Garrison.
They tag him in.
That was Josh Arthur and the two.
Oh yeah. Josh Arthur. Yeah,
Gregor Garrison's in a different #2 Hornet.
Josh has got that thing dialed in.
Okie, you should have came up for it. It was an awesome event. So Matthew Wesson's comment right here said, I had fun until it wasn't. HHR went from 26 to 6 until it was blown up. So this HHR comes pulling in the infield down there in 3 and 4, right? I had no idea. That Matt was in this car. Well, I'm sitting there talking to Tanner and Owen and them. All of a sudden I look over and he had taken his helmet off and I realized it was Matt. And I said, Matt, I didn't even realize that you in your car. And we were talking about the car or whatever. And he goes, they said it was blown up when I bought it, but I figured we'd get what we could out of it. And he got every bit of it he could out of it. That's for sure. There's a big puddle of oil in the infield.
And congratulations to him and his dad for his dad getting into the Hall of Fame
at Brownstown.
Yep. That was really cool. Ray Ray's a good guy.
Yes. What's going on, Corbin? Hey,
that's the man right there.
I got the spoiler side right here, buddy. Off Gilpin's car. It's a dome. It's the left side. It's the cleanest side. Mike Trinkle said, nice work, guys. Appreciate it.
Thank you.
Grant, I'll be there soon. We'll be waiting on you,
Great.
Grant. Blake said, I made more money for 4th and B-Town pays weekly ×2. We made sure we tried to pay out as much as we could. So
we tried. Everybody I talked to was thrilled to death. So, but thank you for coming.
Yeah, we appreciate it. William said he won 2 championships.
There's no way.
We need to see certificates. Actually, I think he did win 2, but with certificates,
He
would be
won
nice.
2.
Yeah, that's what he's. Yeah.
He must be cheating or something.
Well, he said it. They teched him down there, and everything was legal. So.
He probably teched himself.
Yeah. He said, making business moves, boys. Matt's sponsorship fees are whatever. But I will say this, and I will, going into the 2026 season, Grant, I don't care. I'm going to go ahead and announce it. Flag to Flag Media Live will have a presenting sponsor, and it's going to be Simpson Roofing and Exteriors. So it's going to be Flag to Flag Media Live presented by Simpson Roofing and Exteriors. So
Built by
Grant, thanks for coming on board with that. We definitely appreciate it.
And congratulations.
Yeah.
On the baby.
Yeah, congratulations on the baby too, by the way. Anthony said tech guys are rock.
Yeah, I'm telling you, our tech was on top of it, and they got them in there, got them out of there. And nobody, I don't think they had anybody really arguing with them, to my knowledge. I mean, I think,
aware of.
But like I said, if you tell everybody you're gonna tech, then they usually show up pretty legal. Like I said, we had 2 guys is all I found, and we were able to fix one of them, and one of them, we penalized. We pretty much told he couldn't run, but let him run just so he could make some laps.
Right.
So,
and I will say this too, like, so as the night went on, actually before the night even started, we had jobs for everybody during the week, right? We'd already discussed this. That this is what you're doing. You're going to be your job, et cetera, et cetera. So then when the receivers took a crap, I was supposed to be running lineups from the tower to Mark. That was going to be my job, right? Well, then when the receivers took a crap, I left that job. I think Megan took it over.
Tristan did, and she got cussed out a couple times, I think.
Yeah.
But
so then I went down to turns 3 and 4. Well, the best part of the whole night, he ain't going to agree with this, and that's fine. I'm chuckling about it now. But as I look over and TJ's over at the lineup shoot coming in, I'm like, boy, if there's any bad doings going on, TJ's going to get the first of it. I think he did a few times. And I don't think he expected that.
TJ probably got an earful more than anybody.
He did. So
he's a trooper. We're really
proud of you, TJ. We're proud of you, buddy.
I've known TJ for a long time, but we weren't like really good friends. And now that we've worked together, I feel like we've got a bond.
Yes.
I feel like we're all 4 bonded for life.
Oh, after that 2 weeks, absolutely.
And he was such a great guy to work with.
Yes.
I mean, you can't ask for a better 4th guy. So.
And Jeremy carrying the American flag was pretty cool.
That was cool seeing my dad. I got emotional a couple times up there watching him, just hearing Will say his name. You don't ever know if you're going to get to hear that again. So it was cool to see him back home. And I wish we could have got him some better results. I gave him a first place car. He finished like 27th or something.
Yeah.
But that's on him.
It's totally opposite whenever he's working on it for you.
Right. Yeah. If I don't win, then it's all my fault. But if he don't win, the cars needs a little work yet.
Grant, I don't know. We actually talked about that. We don't know how many. Did you guys count the bracelets to see how many was left over?
There's probably about 20 or 30.
So he said there was 900 bracelets.
And that's pit ones. And we were actually taking the pit ones and using them as Grand Slam ones, I think, because we ran out of Grand Slam ones.
Yeah.
Not that Grant came, but yeah.
So I'm going to go ahead and address Alex's question here. So I'm going to spend about 2 minutes spill on this. So we've been getting a lot of questions about Thunder Valley Raceway in 2026. And this is what I know, because I did put a post out that if I did hear anything or I did talk to some people, and I would let them know. And anybody that is associated with Flag to Flag Media, so Matt, JT, Zach, Peyton, Grant, we none of us are pursuing reopening Thunder Valley in 2026. However, there is a person that is pursuing, and you might be able to figure it out. If not, then it is what it is. It'll eventually come down. But somebody is trying to pursue opening Thunder Valley in 2026. But here's what the holdup is. So saying
be like, careful, don't go too far. We don't want to ruin nothing.
No, what I'm saying is none of us have any idea what's going on up there.
No, yeah,
so
we're just lending a helping hand.
When you reach out to anybody on this show, you're going to know just as much as what I know, is what I'm trying to get at.
Right.
But what I will say is, when we put the race on at Thunder Valley, we dealt with a different fair board than what is in there now. There was a new fair board that took over right after the Thunder Valley race.
Like 2 weeks, I think.
Yeah, it's a new president, new secretary, the whole 9 yards. So what's had to happen is this person that wants to pursue opening Thunder Valley in 2026, they now have to take these ideas to the new fair board because the old fair board is out, the new fair board is in. So now they have to be presented these ideas about opening up Thunder Valley. What I want everybody to understand is this is a process. This is not a, hey, we want to open up Thunder Valley. And then the fair board goes, oh yeah, okay, go ahead. Or no, they're not doing that. It's stuff's got to be voted on.
He had to make a proposal.
Yes.
And he did, to my knowledge, that was done and it's in the fair board's possession.
Hands.
So now it's just set and wait. And that's what we're doing.
So what I will say just to end this conversation is that people are willing to open up Thunder Valley. So it's not a question of, is anybody interested in opening it? 1,000% there are people interested in opening it and willing to do it. The part that we're struggling with and part that's holding us back is the fair board itself. And that's not, I'm not saying anything bad about the fair board.
No, yeah.
I know some of them and they're good people. I'm not saying that. But what I'm saying though is they're the ones that have to buy in. They're the ones that have to vote it in. And they're the ones that have to give the final approval. If this racetrack was on 100 acres of farmland somewhere that somebody owned themselves, there is no question. But when the fair board's involved,
and if something goes south and something bad happens up there, it's going to go back on the fair board.
Fair board, 100%.
So they've got to they're trying to cover their tails too while trying to give a racetrack.
Yep.
But he's trying. And the numbers were crunched and stuff. And, when we figured it up, he's going to need roughly $40,000 to $50,000 to get it going.
Right.
It wasn't like a small amount of money. So if it does happen and you're interested in sponsoring it, we'll get you in touch with him. And we're planning on him being on the show.
Yes.
If it happens.
Yes.
So we'll save all that for him. But if I got a list of people, so if you want on there, just, let us know. And he'll probably need help too. So,
and that's one thing I want people to understand too, like reiterating what JT said. So, we busted tail for like 3 weeks trying to get this opened up, run this event, etc. It's crazy how much stuff we had to do in that 2 weeks just to get the place operational again, right?
And that was bare minimum operational.
That's what I'm saying, bare minimum. We're not. I mean, if you put a transponder loop in, you're looking at $10,000 to $12,000. A lot of the equipment was borrowed. We didn't pay
not
for
all of it pretty well, except the water truck.
So then you have to buy all that equipment. So
there's no concession stand stuff. None. There's not even a concession stand in the pits.
No. So there's a lot of work to be done if it does happen.
It was
but
when I was seeing the number, it was $40,000 to $50,000. I mean, it's a big gamble.
Right.
Now I did see the amount of money we made, and I did see the crowd was there, and that was great. But there's no way a track could get that every week.
Right.
Competing with other racetracks. So if my Powerball numbers match, then I'll just own it.
Right. Own that and Twin Cities.
Yeah, I'll buy Twin Cities. I'll buy it all.
Price, but we'll buy it.
I'll buy it, and I'll put Brandon Norman to running it.
That's right.
That's right. He's the Twin Cities expert.
He made a comment up here about we should be live at the PRI show.
Brandon did.
Yeah.
He's always got something smart to say.
We're too high class for PRI.
I didn't think they were going to sell it again. I thought they were going to make something there.
It's for sale.
I seen him share that. $2 million seems like, how much did they pay for it? Do you know?
I don't know, but there ain't nothing there. There's no equipment, no nothing.
I think you can buy the Speedway cheaper than that.
Probably.
I think they did. Which it sold too.
Yep.
That's news, I don't know if I'm jumping ahead.
No, we're just rambling tonight. This is just an all-around show. We're going to talk about whatever. I do need to get with Will, though, because it'd be interesting to get the new owner's perspective. And I know Will had him on the Wild Will Throwdown podcast.
Oh, did he?
Yeah, he had him on there. It was a good listen.
Okay, I'll listen to that.
I mean, like I said, it's 2 miles as a crow flies from here.
I mean, there's so many rumors, you don't know what's true or not, but
Right.
It sounds like there's some big things in the work out there.
Yeah.
And I haven't heard a famous country singer coming. So
he said he's going to put on a lot of events out there. So
Circle City's for sale too.
Yep. Well, here's the thing. This is how I understand it, Kenny. So Circle City technically is not up for sale. Circle City is up for,
I didn't even know.
And I could be wrong. This is how I read into it. Circle City is up for lease for the amount. I think it was listed at $450,000. I think what you're buying is all the equipment, lease, the whole 9 yards.
Oh,
because
you
it's
get the
actually on the
equipment, too.
Marion County Fairgrounds. So I don't know how you can buy it.
That's Eddie. Eddie does it, don't he?
Eddie and Donna do it. But I think they might lease it from the fairgrounds. I could be wrong, but that's how, because it's on the Marion County Fairgrounds. So I don't know how you would sell it without the fairgrounds. I don't know.
It's a really nice facility.
If I could buy Circle City outright and own Circle City for $450,000 compared to $2 million in a heartbeat, I'd buy Circle City.
Oh yeah, I mean you wouldn't have.
And plus all
It's
the
ready.
equipment.
It's ready to go.
Yes, 100%.
I mean, if you buy Twin Cities, you're looking.
That would be
You're starting over.
That'd be a turnkey operation.
Yeah, I mean that's a way better deal than
You can
$2
start
million
racing as soon as the spring gets here.
You know, I can't believe that they're. Is Eddie just wanting to retire or what?
I'm assuming so. I'm not really sure.
He might be wanting to go back racing.
Tristan said we definitely ran out and had to start marking hands. So that was over 900 passes.
Yeah, we think there's 1,500
I would say
people
probably,
total, but
Jason says hope Salem comes back. We do too. We agree.
yeah, it means more to me than any racetrack I go to. So
Patrick says it's going to be a subdivision.
that's what I thought. I don't know what happened there. Probably where it's a flood zone. Everybody knew that.
LPS having flow race late model show September 23rd.
Really?
That's interesting. I guess I could have probably looked at the schedule, Kenny.
I didn't know people was coming out with their schedule already. I seen
weekend.
I seen the
It's around the same time.
We'll be close. I seen the Summer Nationals release their schedule. There's not hardly any Indiana.
No, there's not anymore.
Kind of sad.
Somebody made a comment on I think it might have been Daryl, or somebody made a comment on my post that I shared the schedule or whatever, and they said that about the Indiana tracks. And I'm like, well, used to there was enough Indiana tracks where they'd run a whole week in Indiana. It's since if they're doing
the
weekly thing, you know what I mean? Because used to just bounce around everywhere.
Right.
But now that they do the weekly schedule, I mean, they could run a whole week in Indiana. But
man, it seems like they're traveling an awful, because there was even one in Missouri, I think.
yeah,
It seems like they've got their area awful big.
yeah. What's going on, Shane? Glad you tuned in. But yeah, tonight we're just rambling. We're just talking about racing and whatever else is going on. Let's talk about the Dome a little bit, because I know that's a hot topic and it actually happened just past weekend or whatever. So Thursday night, Bobby Pierce won. Mike Harrison was second, and Brandon Shepard was third.
It was a very distant second.
Very distant. Friday night, Ricky Thornton Jr. won. Mark Whitener in a controversial move out of turn 2 finished second.
It was a very distant second.
Brendan Smith in the JCM car.
Yeah,
He's running for JCM.
I'm not trying to talk bad about him, but I'm surprised that's who they picked.
Me too. But I think he drove a little bit different, knowing it wasn't his stuff.
Well, you can't count the
Dome. I understand that.
Yeah, I mean, it's not like they were racing. The Dome's a real. I'm not saying it's not a real race. It's a real race,
but he
it's
raced
not
hard.
Yeah, he raced
And
hard.
you don't have to race that way.
I mean, ain't nobody raced harder than Garrett Albertson
Or Marlar.
Yeah, Marlar.
Let the fuel cell on the track.
I mean, Garrett ripped the back off his like 4 times.
Yeah.
Just kept putting her back together.
Saturday night, Bobby Pierce won the whole shebang. Ricky Thornton Jr. was second. Brandon Shepard was third.
Controversy of the week. You ready for that? They gave Tyler Carpenter the best looking car award.
Yes, that's very, very controversial.
There's no way. I don't know who voted or who got to pick, but that wasn't even in the top 5.
No.
To me, Garrett Albertson was by far the best looking race car.
Especially if it comes to nostalgia, that was by far the best looking.
But I like Tyler Carpenter, but I'd have put a whole bunch of cars in front. That wasn't his ugliest car he's had. But yeah, that's probably the biggest controversy in my opinion.
Yeah. And I didn't really understand. Well, I know why, but I didn't understand the provisionals for Saturday night.
Who'd they give them to?
Well, Thornton got one of them, and the DRT house car, which
Cody Sumner.
Yeah. And then I think, didn't Carpenter get the other one?
Or I thought Tyler raced in, didn't he? I
didn't get the other.
I only got to watch the feature. I was
Tanner
doing
English should have got he should have got a provisional, as much as he's done there.
Yeah, I don't think they should give provisionals.
Well,
but I also think they should race more than 3 in on. They shouldn't only take 3 from the prelim night.
Right.
They should take at least 5.
Moran. Thanks, Logan.
But he would have made and got junked in one of his races.
Yeah.
His car was decent. It wasn't my favorite Devin Moran car. It was a Kryptonite.
Yep.
I don't know who owned that one.
Matthew said you could probably build a new facility and probably be money ahead, then buying a $2 million to have to rebuild it. I agree with you 100% on that.
In a flood zone.
In a flood zone.
Yeah, I don't know if that's what they gave for it or what, but that just seems like a crazy amount.
Here, Jeff Corbin said heard he paid $400,000 for it.
And he's trying to make $1.6 million off of it. That's just greedy.
Yeah.
And I thought that there was a clause when he bought it that he couldn't race on it. So I would think he would have to sell it with that.
Right.
Thing. I mean, I don't know. I didn't see the paperwork. That's just me going off rumors. I shouldn't do that because I don't really know. But
what's going on, Christy? And we do appreciate your help too at the Thunder Valley race.
Yes.
Helping score. Rachel said the dome is the Thunder Valley inside. That's 100% correct.
Yeah.
Voting was open to the public 4 times a day. You could have voted. I sure didn't vote for no Carpenter. I would say that's probably it's fan voted.
Oh, so, was fan voted?
Yeah.
I didn't know that. That's why I better quit talking crap then. I guess he earned it.
If you load
that's just not who I'd have picked. If you guys would have seen Garrett Albertson's car, it's sharp.
Yes. If you load into the dome, how can you complain about getting tore up? You have and that's what. So I was actually talking to Donnie Fleetwood there at Dasco when I was stopped by the other day, and the dome is a spectacle, right? I mean, it's just an event, and I think with the amount of merch that those guys are slinging in those 3 days, I mean, it's pretty much a merch sale with the race that happens, if you ask me. But I think they all go there knowing that there's a chance they're going to get tore up. There's, I mean, don't get me wrong, there was $70,000 on the line, but you also go into it knowing something's going to get tore up, or there's a chance it's going to get tore up.
Yeah, I don't think a lot of them bring their great, the ones that's got more than one car. I think they probably pick the oldest and most wore out.
Yeah, and just run it.
I'm trying to get Zach to go because I'd like to really crew chief it. But
yeah. Let's talk about your Halloween 200 deal.
Oh, yeah.
We got to talk about that.
So we rolled up there on Friday thinking we were going to get, because that was practice day, so we paid our money to get in, and we got to make like 6 or 7 laps. So that was kind of really disappointing. And we put a new setup on. Baden Stewart and Justin Pirtle helped me out and gave me a setup, and we put a special bar on the front and ran it. We made decent. I think we ran probably our best time of the weekend, and the car was still really tight and going in and in the center. So we took it home and adjusted on it. And we came back and we struggled all day Saturday. We were changing everything on this thing, trying to make it right. And then went out and qualified second to last. And I'm thinking this is just going awful. So Zach pats me on the back like he does and says, cheer up, buddy. We'll go fix it Sunday morning. So me, Zach, and Dad get in the shop Sunday morning and tear it all apart and start putting it back together. And we go up there Sunday and it rains all day. And I'm thinking, oh, man, we ain't even going to get to race. We just worked all morning on this thing. And we finally get to roll out for the race. It was supposed to start at like 2, and we started at like 8. And we all got to work the next day. And we roll out there and the track's still wet. But we found some speed, and we started 22nd. I think we were up to 11th and passing really good cars and running really good lap times. And the car was turning and everything was going good. And I think it was like lap 80 or 85, coming out turn 2, the right front blew, and we hit the wall like 100 mile an hour. And man, it just tore everything up and kind of ruined our Halloween 200 experience. Ended early because of that. So I came in the pits, and the tire guys did awesome. They had the right sides changed, and I'm yelling at the window, but nobody's listening. But I'm like, the brake pedal's just going to the floor. So we ended up having a busted radiator. The brake line was blowed. The right front upper A-arm was broke. The spindle was bent. The wheel and tires obviously shot. All the body bracings ripped out of the right side. When you hit the wall up there, it tears a bunch of stuff up. So kind of ended our night. I really wanted to do driver intros, and we didn't get to do that because we were behind. So that was kind of ruined. It was a rough Halloween 200 experience, but I can say I did it. I don't know if we're going to get to do it again. The car owner has offered it to me again. It just costs so much money. We spent so much money up there that weekend. I would say all said and done, I was probably $2,500 just to unload it. By the time I figured the tires and fuel and some of the stuff I broke. And if I start counting all the crews, which they all paid their own, but if you count all their pit passes, we was probably $5,000 in for a race that only paid $7,000 to win. So Yeah, that's kind of sad. It was kind of sad, but
you got to do it though.
We got to do it, and I've teamed up with an anonymous car owner right now for Crown Vic ride next year. So I've ordered some parts for it, and we're in the process of building a Crown Vic to run up there next year, and may possibly run the Halloween 200 again, just to have a better showing, maybe. So
stay tuned to all of JT's social media outlets.
Yeah, we got a lot going on. I mean,
professional.
Me and Dad's redoing the bomber to try to beat Blake, because Blake's just put a butt whooping on everybody. So we're trying to figure out how to catch him. So we're working on that car. We're fixing Brad's car. He's going to drive it was the 222. It'll be the 5K now, but he's going to drive it all year. I got a Crown Vic ride we're going to run a lot next year, and then the street stock ride, and then I'm supposed to drive the GSR car. I don't know, 5 to 10 times.
Yeah.
So
you're gonna have a busy 2026.
Yeah, but I got to tell you, I'm very lucky to have the people in my life to let me drive their stuff, because I can't afford to drive what I'm gotten, and these guys just let me go tear their stuff up.
Oh, and add live streaming to that 2026.
Yeah, live streaming on top of that. Yeah, hopefully we can get Matt to the racetrack some more. And
I'll be there. What's going on here?
We got big plans. Excited for all of it. And very blessed, like I said. God given me a lot of great people in my life with a lot of great opportunities. And anytime I get to go hang at the racetrack with my buddies, that's great. And anytime I get to drive somebody else's stuff, that's even better. So thanks everybody that makes all that possible. And thanks everybody for helping at the Halloween 200 too, because we all worked all week on Thunder Valley, and then Friday we went to the Speedway and worked all weekend. And then Monday we were back at Thunder Valley. So that was the longest 2 weeks of my life. But it was all worth it. And
well, I'm glad for you.
Thank you. And hopefully we see all you guys at the racetrack somewhere.
Yeah. I know there's a lot of national stuff going on too. I mean, we could hit on that just a tad, but
we'll get in there a little bit. So, see, talk about Tanner English for a minute.
So Flo bought Lucas Oil, which I'm sure everybody heard that today.
Which was smart.
It was very smart. Lucas Oil is staying on as the primary sponsor, so it's still going to be Lucas Oil Dirt Series. They're not changing any of that. What else we got going on?
I did want to say, while we're talking about Flo, so I was listening to Dale Jr. podcast the other day, so this is my source, so I'm going to say it's pretty accurate.
Yeah.
The Gateway Dirt Nationals was the highest streamed event in Flo history.
Yeah, Flo history. Yep.
So, I mean, that's beating NASCAR events. And
there was 32,000 people there.
Right. So, I mean, that's people.
Wild.
Yeah. I mean, I thought that was really cool that Dale Jr. gave a shout out to that. I was like, hey, he goes, I'm not knocking them, but he says, we got to figure out how to get the Cars Tour to compete with that or get those same numbers.
Right.
But you can't beat the dirt people. The dirt people are just a different breed than the asphalt people, in my opinion. Nothing wrong with the asphalt people, but it's just a different breed.
So you got Big Perm going to Big Frog Motorsports.
I think that's going to hurt him.
Yeah.
I don't think that's a positive. And I don't know if that was his doings or not, but I don't think that was a positive jump.
Zach Mitchell and Tanner English are both out at Coltman Farms. They brought on Donald McIntosh.
I think. Can I get my opinion on that? Each of them.
Here's what I'm going to say. This is what I want to say.
Say it.
Tanner English in a family-owned red and white 96.
Is that the plan?
I don't know, but I would love to see it.
I don't like the ultimatum they gave. And I don't know if that's how that went down or not, but the way I understood is they told him he had to move to North Carolina.
Yeah, he had to relocate.
And he just built that shop, and he's got a family.
Georgia,
so
I think it's in Georgia, wasn't it?
Yeah, it might have been Georgia.
But still, he says he's not going to relocate his family, and they just built a brand new shop, and that's where his wife's from. I don't blame him.
So I don't really care for that move. I think Zach Mitchell's a good race car driver as well. So I don't know that he was leaving.
Yep.
But I'm not surprised Donald McIntosh is jumping into that because he drove one at the Dome.
Right.
But I think Donald McIntosh is a great race car driver. So I think that'll be a positive move for him.
Yeah. Madden to the Wells Infinity house car.
I think that'll be a positive move for Wells Infinity.
And then what else?
I don't think it'll be a positive move for Madden, though.
Right. Oh, Corey Hedgecock. He's driving which one did he go to?
Driving the Longhorn, eh?
Yeah. But for who? Oh my God.
I know he's driving for somebody.
Yeah, he took over for
Brendan Smith to the 19M car because the front guy turned it down.
They turned it down.
Which I think, if I understood that right, that was due to their Hunter front page, right? Or
yes,
Hunter front stream. Yep. So
Billy Hicks. Thanks, Blake.
Billy Hicks is driving what?
That's the one Corey Hitchcock went to.
He's going to drive the double nickel or whatever?
79. It's a long. I think
it's a 79. It's a double nickel chassis, though, ain't it?
I think it's Longhorn.
Oh, it's a Longhorn.
They switched to Longhorn, yeah.
Okay. Well, I'm learning all kinds of stuff.
Yeah. AJ Wilson posted on Facebook he's going crate racing. We can release that.
Logan's going crate racing.
Yep, Logan Mount's going crate racing.
Logan Mount's going crate racing.
Got the mod for sale. You know, JT and I actually were talking about this the other day. So I'm just going to bring it up. So it's weird, like the level of stuff that we're doing at, right? So we're doing like local and regional type stuff. It's weird though how like people will tell me something and I try to keep it to myself just because I feel like if you tell me something, I want to keep it on the wraps, right? I feel like if you believed in me enough and told me that I'm not going to say nothing, then that's, you get to National, man. These guys are throwing out rumors and talking about stuff before it's even announced on social media and that type of stuff.
Right.
It's just crazy how that works.
I don't know how they get that information so quick.
Me either. I mean, I'm not going to sit here and spill what you're doing this year unless you say, hey, I want to talk about it on the show, but I don't know. It's just weird.
Some of the other big news that I think hurt the racing industry, and I'm not a sprint car guy, but Brad Sweet retired.
Yeah.
I always liked Brad Sweet, and I think it's a smart move really for what he's got going on, but I think that's a big loss to the. It's not. I'm not comparing him to Steve Kinser, but he's won a lot of big races and stuff. Like Steve Kinser.
Yep, and Big Sexy. The Longhorn house car is empty. Big Sexy.
They just parted ways, though, right?
Yeah.
So he's still going to drive for Riggs.
Riggs. Yep. But honestly, though, I think that's a good move for Brandon. And here's the reason I say that. B-Shep went to the Longhorn house car, was terrible. Brandon Overton went to the Longhorn house car, was terrible. And like Brandon Overton said in his interview on the Dirt Parlor podcast with Gordy, they have the best of the best stuff. I mean, you got Longhorn's top tier equipment, right?
But nobody does good in it, though.
That's what I'm saying. Like, they don't do any good in it.
The Romley car does better than
the house car,
the factory team. Yeah.
Yeah.
The only one that ever did good in it was T-Mac.
Right.
And I'm going to tell you what, T-Mac's doing something with Boom Briggs that nobody else could do with Boom Briggs.
Right.
Because there was a lot of guys drive that car that weren't worth it. They couldn't do nothing. Josh Richards tried.
Right.
Huddy drove for him a couple, I think.
Yep.
Nothing. But T-Mac's winning now, so. Which I like T-Mac. I don't want him to retire anytime soon, so I'm glad to see him doing good. And I seen that the bald guy, the 40 car, Kyle Bronson, he's wanting to run a tour next year. So I don't know if I thought he was part owner of that speedway or something.
Amber, he sold it.
He sold it. Yeah. Okay.
Amber's, she'll be home doing house chores, farm chores.
Their videos are really awesome. Good. I like Bobby Pierce's wife's stuff too, or girlfriend, whatever they are, fiance. They're really good.
Bruce said the big cat will be missed. High Limit is going to make World of Outlaws slowly disappear. I agree with that.
The only thing is, I don't know about charter.
Prestige,
they're doing a charter thing.
Yeah.
I don't.
Yeah.
That's something big going on in NASCAR. They're arguing over these charters now, but the smart thing to do just be get rid of them all.
Yeah, exactly.
In my opinion, they worked without it for years. So
why start now?
You shouldn't be. I don't like the. There's no starting part, guys. You can't go race your way in anymore.
No.
The spots are filled. They've just ruined it. Now I'm afraid that's what they'll do with the. I don't really know how it's set up, so I'm not talking bad about it. But they're calling them franchises like it's a sports deal. It's just racing. We don't need franchises.
Don't need franchises. Race your way in. That's why it's racing.
I think we give too many provisionals in touring series anyway. But I get they drive all this way and stuff. But that's going to keep somebody that from driving a long way that's not guaranteed a spot because they know that guy's going to get in and they may not.
Yep. I did see today, Logan, where they settled it, but I haven't really read into it.
Oh, they did settle?
Yeah, they settled today.
Well, yeah, it wasn't going good for NASCAR, so
no,
that's probably the right decision to make.
What else you want to hit on tonight? Opening night, winter, whatever I called it, winter startup. You got anything else you want to hit on tonight?
Winter series is not going very good. Brad Kemp is laying a butt whooping down. He is just flat whooping the field.
If my Xbox would have worked, I think I'd have been in pretty good shape.
I led a bunch at Kokomo the other day, and then when he passed me, finally he just drove off. But I think I'm third in points.
I'm like 7th or something.
Yeah, but you had internet problems. The good thing is it resets. There's a new president of the Winter Series, and he's made rules that nobody understands, but it's going to reset. So I think I'm going to be okay.
I need another check to hang up here on the wall.
I don't think you're going to beat Brad for it. Brad's
probably not this year.
Dominant. So
probably not this year.
But I am excited to have Brad racing with us again next year. It was really cool having him and my sister back racing as a team car, and he was a lot of fun to work with. A lot of people don't know this, but I used to not like Brad Kemp at all because me and Dalton Fleener were best friends, and if you went to Thunder Valley back in 2012, 2010, those were the two guys battling for the win, and Dalton Fleener was my best friend, so I wasn't going to pull for Brad Kemp. And then my sister marries this guy, and it turns out Brad Kemp's a pretty good fella.
He's a pretty good dude.
I'm really excited to have him be a part of my family now, and it's been great being his teammate. So
he is a good dude,
and I consider Kurt one of my uncles.
Yeah, he's a good dude.
He hasn't called me nephew yet, but
he'll get there.
He'll get there. I think he secretly likes me more than Brad anyway, because all my positive attributes.
Two things I do want to mention before we stop tonight. DJ Smallwood, have you seen all that with the Slinging Dirt Super Late Model Series? Have you seen any of that? So anyway, DJ Smallwood, which is the race director for the Northern All-Stars and the Summer Nationals, is starting a series this year. It's called the Slinging Dirt Super Series.
Like a real racing series?
Yeah, this series is going to be driven toward local and smaller regional super late model races. His races are going to cap out at 3,000 to win, 400 to start. And payback is going to be
3,000 to win and what to start?
400 to start. The
for
payback,
late models.
Yeah, for late models. The payback is going to be like 3,000, 2,000 for second, 1,000 for third. And then it's going to slowly teeter down after that. Yeah, I think he's like contacted like 16 tracks. So if you're not familiar with it, Slinging Dirt Super Late Model Series is going to be a thing in 2026. I think it's going to be a phenomenal thing for local and.
So it's just going to be like we're at.
I think he's got Brownstown. He's got Muskegon County.
It's here.
Yeah, it's in the like
southern
Kentucky,
Indiana,
Ohio, and southern Indiana area.
He's not going to try to compete against James, though, is he?
It's going to be on Northern All-Star off weekends.
Okay, well that's it. I didn't know that.
Yep.
Just late models.
Just late models. Yep.
Okay.
And then also too, I'll give a shout out to Steve Maynard. So Steve Maynard worked at Earnhardt Technologies. Steve Maynard lives in North Carolina now.
Yeah.
Steve and one of his colleagues have started a new business called Velocity Manufacturing, which they make race car parts down in North Carolina. So I do want to give a shout out to Steve because Steve's been a supporter of mine since I've started Flag to Flag. So shout out to Steve and his new business too. And I did share it on the Facebook page yesterday or day before yesterday. So
I didn't know about either of those things. So
also the Dalton Brad thing, same old like them both nowadays. We grew up. Yeah.
Austin's buddies with Dalton too. So yeah. I'm still buddies with Dalton. So don't think that didn't happen. But
right.
Yeah, it's crazy the rivalries you watch up, and like I said, I was always John Gill over Steve Barnett. So
right.
Stuff like that you never forget.
No.
Now Bub Cummins builds my motors, but I was pro Roger Rickenbacker 2005. I wasn't pulling for Bub, and now Bub takes care of me. So it's pretty cool how stuff comes full circle.
I had Kurt Bennett and Brad Kemp mad one night at Thunder Valley when me and Brad got together on the last lap coming to the checkered in a rookies feature mini stocks, but we're all friends now. It's crazy how that works out, ain't it?
Yeah. I'm telling you, I couldn't stand Brad, and I'd never even talked to the guy.
Right.
And then, because one night he beat the bumper off, I think it was Dalton at Charlestown, and he says he didn't have any brakes, but I think he's just saying that because he doesn't want me to have wounds. But
right.
I forgave him, and we became really good friends now. It's been an awesome racing with him. And Dalton comes over and he parks with us too. So it's pretty cool how stuff comes full circle. People you thought you'd never be friends with. Zach Stalker used to come in with his pure stock and act like he was king of the mountain and park over by all the cool folk and not ever talk to me. But now we're best friends. Yeah. So
he's come a long way, ain't he?
Yeah, he's grown up.
He's grown up.
I've had to raise him myself, basically.
Yeah. I think Allie's done a pretty good job too, though.
Yeah, Allie's got her hands full.
Yeah. All right, we're at an hour. Do you got anything else you want to talk about?
I need to thank the sponsors.
Yeah, I do need to thank the sponsors. Let's go ahead and throw them up here real quick. They have been a big part of this. Now, I will say this, JT, you're going to get mad at me. or you're going to say whatever. But when I was putting all this stuff, getting ready for the 2026 season, and put the new intro together, which there'll be some changes for that coming up. I just wanted to throw something together to get restarted. There's actually somebody missing off this sponsorship slide. And it's been this way for a long time.
Is somebody important?
Yeah. All right. So sponsors T&J Demo to Reno, Dirt Track Outfitters, Kane Tree Service, Jerry Davis Race Engine, Birch Sewer Drain Septic, Alexander Ranch, Jason Petmeyer, M2 Design, Foam Solutions, Midnight Sports Gear, Greens Auto Sales, Laura Bennett Racing, King Construction Group, Honeydew Handyman, Simpson Roofing, P3 Graphics, TSR Chassis, Super Heat Solutions, Hoosier Auto Racing Fans, Jeff Mounts, and Pop Bit.
Who are you missing?
I didn't have P3 on there. I had to put it back on.
Wow.
Yeah, I had to put them on there, but it's all good though. Eric and Stephanie have been great to us. So.
Oh yeah, Eric always treats me good.
Yeah.
Can't thank him enough.
Yep.
So. And one more reminder: make sure you tune in next week for the Hall of Fame show.
Hall of Fame.
So
the 2025 class will be inducted. They've already been picked.
Yep.
Good to go there.
We had more voters this year than ever. We had more people nominated and received votes than ever. So it was it's pretty cool to see who got in, and I'm telling you, it was really close. So when I read the people that didn't make it, and you're thinking, man, I would have voted for them, and you might have cost them not getting in. So you have to live with that all year. That's on you, because
way to throw it at them.
It came down to there was 3 tied for the last spot, and luckily the last person that voted for only one of the 3, and that sealed it.
Sealed it.
Yeah, it's I make it as legit as I can get it. I try to get as many people to vote as I can get to vote, and everybody was awesome this year voting and supporting, and the 5 that are getting in are all well deserved. And I'm trying to think, but I think they're all race car drivers this year. This is the first time they're all race car drivers. So make sure you tune in next week and watch.
Finley, I don't know. They was missing off on one I had on the computer. They were missing off of. Maybe they weren't missing on. I don't know. I had to redo it. So, but they do a lot for.
When do you get him on
Finley,
here
I'm
next
ready to
year?
see you at the racetrack, bud. You need to come back on the show. You're coming back on.
When do you get him and Ryan?
Yep, Ryan needs to come back on too.
That'd be a fun one.
Yep. All right, you got anything else for tonight?
I don't think so. It was great being back.
Yes.
We was up to like 60 viewers there at one time, and
we got
our numbers keep climbing, and we appreciate all you guys that tune in and watch, because we're just a couple guys that really don't know what they're talking about.
Absolutely. I will say this, and I did say this on one of the posts too. Like, what makes this successful, and what will make this more successful is the viewers and the fans that watch it and share it out and promote it. And I'm just going to this is the same as the Thunder Valley deal, the race we put on.
Yeah.
If you don't promote something, it's never going to grow.
Right.
We busted our tails in promotion, sharing on Facebook, spreading the word. That's how things grow. So I appreciate all the help, people that share stuff. When I put the post out today, we're going live. It had a ton of shares. I appreciate every single one of them. If I don't like your post, I must have overlooked it, because I appreciate every one of them, even if I don't like it, like on the Facebook Live, not, the little thumbs up tab. I appreciate every one of those. We all appreciate it. So the more we can get this thing growing, I would love to have 100 viewers in here regularly by the end of 2026. Just every night.
And we got some big some big guests playing. So I think that'll really help put us on top, and Grant will be back, so that'll hurt our viewers, but that'll be good. It's going to be good.
Yeah. All right. We're ready for 2026. We'll do Thunder Valley Hall of Fame, take off for Christmas,
New Year's,
and we'll be ready to rock and roll.
Yep. It's going to be good. And we appreciate all you guys again, and make sure you tune in next week.
Yep. All right. Make sure you share this out, share it with your friends, and we'll see y'all when the next flag flies.